Hello. Good evening. We come to you live today to talk about families and those who have children that are ADHD or ADD diagnosed. Um, as I said in my brief caption, please feel free to take notes. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me following the broadcast. Okay, let's get started here. Um, what is attention deficit hyperactivity disorder? It affects both children and adults alike. Children and adults with ADHD have trouble paying attention and may have impulsive behaviors and hyperactivity. Um, some individuals with ADHD have only trouble paying attention, where some have includes those children with attention problems and hyperactivity. ADHD also includes those that only have problems. Attention deficit disorder, however, is the name that some people call those group of individuals that only have attention problems. But the official name is ADHD, or attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. Attention deficit hyperactivity disorder begins normally in childhood. The majority of children show symptoms of at the age of 7, and some as young as the age of 3. Approximately 3 to 7% of children have ADHD. Attention deficit hyperactivity disorder occurs more in boys than in girls. It's been found that in almost all countries and across all ethnic groups. ADHD is a clinical diagnosis, which means there are no tests that directly indicates if a child is ADHD or not. A diagnosis basically is based on the information received through clinical interviews, observations, questionnaires, rating scales, and for some educational evaluations. The information is gathered about a child's behavior in multiple settings, such as at daycare, school, home, and in extracurricular activities. For most children, the characteristics of ADHD continues throughout childhood, adolescence, and a lot of times into adulthood. The major characteristics of ADHD is that ADHD usually improves with age. However, most ADHD individuals remain behind others their age in their ability to pay attention, to control their behavior, and to regulate their activity level. Now, what causes ADHD, no one actually exactly knows. Research, however, has shown that ADHD is not caused by poor parenting, video games, immunizations, lack of vitamins, or estimating. However, there is a strong evidence that ADHD is inherited. In some cases, ADHD may be associated with problems that occur during, such as drug or alcohol use, smoking, or mercury from fish, birth complications, or toxins in the environment such as lead. And in a few cases, ADHD is caused by disease or trauma to the central nervous system. Individuals who must take sedatives or medications for seizures may eventually develop signs of ADHD as a side effect of those medications. What are the major characteristics of ADHD? Well, ADHD, difficulties with attention. You have difficulty listening, focusing, paying attention, easily distracted. Avoids doing things that require ongoing mental effort, difficulty following through on instructions or assignments, procrastinates often, goes from one activity to another, does not pay close attention to details, or it makes careless mistakes. They either lose or misplace things, forgetful and or disorganized. Now, as far as the hyperactivity, impulsivity side of ADHD, they're either fidgety, restless, difficulty staying seated, excessive movement such as wriggling feet, legs, tapping fingers and objects, rocking, shifting position while performing tasks, runs or climbs excessively, busy and on the go, cannot play quietly, interferes with or disrupts others, impulsive and acts in unexpected ways, talks too much or interrupts conversations, blurts out lack of response to discipline. Other characteristics that may occur along with ADHD could include moody, anxious, tics, temper outbursts, stubborn, bossy, low self-esteem, speech and or coordination difficulties, or learning disabilities. Now, how is ADHD treated? Your child's ADHD is a lifelong chronic health condition. No treatments have really been found to cure ADHD. However, with the right treatment, ADHD can often be managed. The right treatment can help a child with ADHD pay better attention, control behaviors, cope with daily problems, feel better about him or herself, and gain a better self-image. Treatment of ADHD will usually require a long-term strategy. Your involvement as a parent, grandparent, auntie, uncle, guardian, foster parent, whatever your position is in that child's life, is very critical in the treatment of your child. It will help that you manage the ways of ADHD and how it affects your child and your family. With help and support from parents, family, teachers, and physicians, children with ADHD can usually improve in school with friends and at home. Medications. The most proven treatment for ADHD is the use of medications. For most children diagnosed with ADHD, stimulant medications are a safe and effective way to treat symptoms. These medications improve attention and concentration and decrease impulsive and overactive behaviors.